This is the most precious metal in the world. It's also the rarest. Can you name that metal? Gold. You got it right. But what if I told you that this shiny treasure was actually a little worm struggling to survive in the harsh environment of a coral reef? Well, buckle up because today we're diving deep into the ocean to find out just how this lowly worm became the most precious and rare metal on the planet. Once upon a time in the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean, nestled amidst vibrant coral reefs and teeming with aquatic life, there existed a humble community of sand dollars. These weren't your average sand dollars, though. Oh no, they were the fluffiest sand dollars the world had ever seen. Their bodies were so densely packed with microscopic spines that they resembled a thick, luxurious carpet. And as they glided across the ocean floor, they left behind trails of shimmering gold dust, a testament to their unique composition. One day, a young sand dollar named Goldie set off on an adventure beyond the familiar confines of his home reef. He wanted to explore the world, but quickly discovered that the ocean was a big, scary place. Everywhere he turned, Goldie saw danger lurking. There were sea urchins with their sharp, pointy spines, jellyfish with their stinging cells, and sneaky moray eels ready to strike with their sharp teeth. Poor Goldie felt helpless, wishing he could just disappear into thin air. As he made his way through the dense seagrass meadows, Goldie came across a wise old sea turtle munching on some seagrass. With a heavy heart, Goldie poured out his worries to the wise creature. "Oh, great turtle," he said. "I want to see the world, but I'm too scared to venture out. What should I do?" The old sea turtle listened patiently, his ancient eyes twinkling with understanding. When Goldie was done, the turtle spoke in a voice that was as slow and steady as the ocean's tides. "Little sand dollar, it's natural to feel afraid, but fear not, for courage can be found within your own heart." Goldie looked at the turtle, puzzled. "But how, O wise one? How can I find courage in myself?" The sea turtle smiled, revealing a mouthful of pearly white teeth. "Close your eyes, my dear Goldie, and think of a place where you truly feel at peace." And so Goldie closed his eyes, and sure enough, as he focused on the familiar sights and sounds of his cozy reef, a sense of calm washed over him. When he opened his eyes, a determined glint shone within them. He thanked the wise old sea turtle and started back toward his home, feeling a newfound sense of confidence with every paddle of his tiny feet. Upon returning home, Goldie shared his experience with his fellow sand dollars, and they were all inspired by his tale. One particularly brave sand dollar, named Sandy, decided to embark on her own adventure. "I'm going to explore the mysterious shipwreck," she announced to her friends, referring to an old sunken vessel that lay just beyond the reef, its shadowy silhouette a haunting sight against the vibrant coral. The other sand dollars gasped. Everyone knew the dangers that lurked within the shipwreck. It was said that a giant moray eel made its home there, and its gaping jaws were rumored to be filled with sharp teeth capable of crushing anything that dared enter its lair. Plus, the inside of the ship was pitch black, and who knew what other creatures might be hiding in the darkness? But Sandy was determined. She bid farewell to her friends and set off towards the ominous shipwreck, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. As she approached the shadowy hulk, Sandy's determination wavered. Memories of the eerie stories about the shipwreck flooded her mind, and she couldn't help but feel a surge of fear. Just then, a massive shadow loomed over her, blocking out the sunlight. And before she knew it, a pair of piercing yellow eyes stared directly at her. Paralyzed with fear, Sandy watched as a huge moray eel slithered towards her, its sharp teeth bared in a menacing grin. Thinking fast, she did the only thing she could. She wiggled her fluffy body, creating a cloud of shimmering gold dust that filled the water. The eel, taken aback by the sudden burst of light, retreated, giving Sandy the chance she needed to escape. Heart racing, she darted into the opening of the shipwreck, disappearing into the dark, dank interior. Inside, the darkness was absolute, and Sandy struggled to navigate the maze of broken planks and rusted chains. But she pressed on, determined to prove that even a lowly sand dollar could be as precious as gold. Suddenly, something rustled in the darkness ahead, and Sandy froze, her tiny heart hammering against her spine. Then, from the shadows emerged a pair of luminous green eyes, followed by the outline of a creature unlike any she'd ever seen before. It was a crab, its shell adorned with barnacles and seaweed, and it scuttled sideways toward her, its claws raised in a threatening gesture. "Who dares disturb me in my slumber?" it snapped, its voice a gravelly growl. Sandy, summoning all her courage, replied, "I'm sorry, Mr. Crab, but I couldn't help but wonder what secrets this old ship might hold. I never meant to intrude upon your sleep." The crab eyed Sandy suspiciously, then let out a low chuckle. "Well met, little sand dollar. I am the guardian crab, and this ship is my domain. Tell me, why do you seek the secrets of the deep?" Sandy hesitated, then poured out her tale, explaining her quest to discover the meaning of true worth. The crab listened intently, his many eyes gleaming with understanding when she finished. He spoke in a softer voice. "Little sand dollar, your journey has led you here for a reason. You see, in this forgotten ship, I guard a secret that could change the world." He gestured with a claw toward a small chest hidden beneath some old, decaying planks. "Inside this chest lies a treasure more valuable than any jewel or gold coin. It's the key to understanding your true worth." With trembling hands, Sandy lifted the lid of the chest. Inside, nestled on a bed of velvet, was a single radiant pearl. It wasn't just any pearl, though. This one shimmered with an otherworldly glow, and as Sandy reached out to touch it, she felt a surge of warmth and happiness, unlike anything she'd ever known. The crab explained that this pearl was no ordinary gem. It was the embodiment of selflessness, bravery, and kindness, qualities that truly defined a hero. Sandy realized that the pearl wasn't just a treasure, it was a reflection of her own journey and the values she held dear. Overcoming her fears and helping others brought her closer to understanding her own worth. With the pearl in hand, Sandy emerged from the shipwreck, its secrets now revealed to her. Back on the familiar turf of her home reef, Sandy shared her discovery with her fellow sand dollars, including her journey through the treacherous waters and the valuable lesson she learned from the enigmatic crab. The other sand dollars listened in awe as she described the glowing pearl and the profound sense of self-worth it represented. Goldie, who had set off on the first adventure that inspired Sandy, was among those gathered around. He watched her with admiration, recognizing the strength and courage she had shown. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the reef, a profound silence fell over the gathering. Each sand dollar pondered Sandy's tale, reflecting on the meaning of true worth and the importance of helping others. Finally, Goldie, his heart filled with gratitude, spoke up. "Sandy, your journey has taught us all a valuable lesson. We may not have the power to control the world around us, but we can control our own hearts and the choices we make. It's these choices, these acts of kindness and bravery, that truly define our worth." A chorus of agreement echoed through the reef as the other sand dollars nodded, realizing the depth of Goldie's words. In that moment, they understood that true worth wasn't measured in size, shape, or material possessions, but in the qualities that made them not just sand dollars, but kind, brave, helpful friends. From that day forward, the sand dollars of the reef lived by these words. They looked out for each other, offering help and support whenever it was needed. And whenever one of them faced a challenge, they remembered Sandy's journey and the precious pearl that symbolized their shared values. So, if you're ever feeling down and need a reminder of your own worth, remember the story of the sand dollars and the pearl that glowed brighter than any gold, because sometimes the most precious treasures aren't made of metal or jewels, but of the values and qualities that make us who we are.